Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Elevate Chemistry. So today I am going to explain the PUC first year chapter wise important concepts. So let us start with a quick revision chapter wise important concepts part 1. So in the PUC first year the first lesson is some basic concept of chemistry. So in this some basic concept of chemistry, the important concepts are the first one is the mole concept and the numerical problems based on mole concept. And this concept is very important concept. Okay. So the second concept is the empirical formula and the molecular formula and the numerical problems based on this. So sometimes they may ask the empirical formula of the compound, or sometimes based on the empirical formula they may ask molecular formulae and vice versa. And the third important concept is the concentration of the solution or the strength of the solution. So under this strength or the concentration of solution, the three important terminologies are: one is the molarity of the solution, second one is the molality of the solution, and the third important part is the mole fraction. So the numerical problems based on these three, molality, molarity and mole fractions, are very important. And the fourth important concept is limiting reagent and excess reagent. So based on the stoichiometric calculation, so we are going to calculate the limiting reagent in the chemical reaction, the numerical problems based on the limiting reagent. Then let us switch on to the second chapter, that is the structure of atom. So in this structure of atom, the first important concept is the Bohr's atomic model and the problems on radius of Bohr's atom. The second one is the problems on de Broglie's equation and Heisenberg equation. The third very important concept for the KCET is quantum numbers. So already you know there are four important quantum numbers: principal, azimuthal, then magnetic quantum number, as well as the spin quantum number. So the quantum number concept is very important for the KCET. Then the fourth important concept is electronic configuration, especially in this electronic configuration, rules for writing electronic configuration. And in the rules for writing electronic configuration, the three important rules: one is Aufbau principle, second one is Pauli's exclusion principle, and the third very important concept is the Hund's multiplicity rule. So all these are the important concepts under structure of atom. Now the third lesson is the classification of periodic elements. So in this classification of periodic elements, the properties of atomic radius, then ionization energy, electronegativity concept, then variation of these properties along the period of the periodic table and down the group of the periodic table. And in addition to these properties and variation of these properties, the one more important is the some important exceptions. So all these comes under the classification of elements and the periodicity of properties. Then the fourth lesson is chemical bonding and molecular structure. So in this chemical bonding and molecular structure, the very important chapter, the very important concept is hybridization and the calculation of hybridization. So later in the upcoming videos, so I'm going to explain so what is mean by hybridization and how the hybridization takes place. So what are the types of hybridization and how to identify the type of hybridization. So in detail I will explain in the upcoming videos. So here in chemical bonding, the first part is hybridization and calculation of hybridization. The second important one is valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, that is VSEPR theory. And based on this VSEPR theory, so we'll predict the shape of the molecule. Then the third one is molecular orbital theory, MOT concept. And related to this MOT concept, the configuration of a molecule, then magnetic behavior of the molecule, then we can calculate the bond order, then which type of bond is exist between the atoms. So all this comes under the molecular orbital theory. Then the next chapter is states of matter. So in this states of matter, the important terms, the important concepts are: the first one is gas laws. So already you know the gas laws: Boyle's law, Charles law, so Graham's law of partial pressure and all. Okay, so gas laws and the numerical problems based on these gas laws. Second one is ideal gas and real gas, and the third one is behavior of ideal gas and real gas, and the fourth one is compressibility factor. All this comes under states of matter chapter. Then the next chapter is thermodynamics. So in this thermodynamics, the bond energy calculation is important, enthalpy and entropy factor, spontaneity and non-spontaneity. Then the fourth one is relation between equilibrium constant and change in Gibbs free energy. So free energy change, or you can also call it as a change in Gibbs free energy, that is equilibrium constant K and delta J relationship. Then the next chapter is equilibrium chapter. So in this equilibrium chapter, so the first one is the equilibrium constant, and this equilibrium constant is expressed in terms of partial pressure, that is Kp, and the same equilibrium constant is expressed in terms of molar concentration, that is Kc, that is the Kp and Kc relation, the problems based on Kp and Kc relationship. Then acid base concept. So already you know that there are three important concepts, acids and base concept. One is Arrhenius, second one is Bronsted-Lowry, and the third one is Lewis concept of an acids and bases. So acid base concept is important, hydrolysis of salts. Then next one is buffer solution, types of buffer solution. Then the one more concept is the solubility and solubility product factor. So all these are important under equilibrium chapter. Then let us switch on to the next one, that is the next chapter is redox reactions. So in this redox reaction, the first one is oxidation number calculation. So the calculation of oxidation number of an atom, the calculation of oxidation number of a molecule or ion. Then second one is balancing redox equations. So under this balancing redox equation, either by using oxidation number method, or the second one is half cell reaction method, or it's also called as ion electron transfer method. Then next chapter is hydrogen. So in this hydrogen chapter, hardness of water is important, second one is hydrates, then types of hydrates, and the third one is hydrogen peroxide. Especially in this hydrogen peroxide, the oxidizing and reducing property of hydrogen peroxide is important from the examination point of view. Then let us switch on to the next chapter, that is S block elements, that is group 1 and group 2 elements. So the first one is anomalous behavior of lithium, second one is chemical properties of alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, third one is compounds of group 1 and group 2 elements. These are the important points. Then the next chapter is P block elements, and in this P block elements, so especially inert pair effect is important, the chemical properties of 13th and 14th group, properties of a carbon atom, allotropic form of carbon atom, and the compounds of 13th and 14th vertical column. Then the next chapter is organic chemistry 1, and in this organic chemistry 1, a very important concept is IUPAC nomenclature. It's very important. Okay, so most of the questions are based on this IUPAC nomenclature in organic chemistry. Then second one is inductive effect, electromeric effect, and mesomeric effect. That means all these three concepts comes under electron displacement. Okay, inductive effect, electronic effect, and mesomeric effect. Then third one is isomerism and the types of isomerism. So all these under organic chemistry 1. Then the next one is hydrocarbons. So in this hydrocarbons, ozonolysis of alkenes. Then second one is preparation of alkenes by alkynes by using Lindlar catalyst. Especially the composition of Lindlar catalyst is very important. And the third part is a geometrical isomerism. Then the fourth part is Ort's reaction. Then electrophilic substitution reactions. So under this electrophilic substitution reactions, so one is halogenation, sulfonation, nitration, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, and Friedel-Crafts acylation. All these five comes under electrophilic substitution. And in addition to these, the one more important part is the chlorination of methane, the free radical mechanism of chlorination of methane molecule. All these are very important concepts under hydrocarbon chapter. So let us switch on to the last chapter, that is environmental chemistry. And this environmental chemistry, it is a general topic. So you all know, so what is environmental pollution, what are the types of pollution, what is mean by pollutant. So all these are general concepts only. So just read the NCERT textbook, that is enough for the environmental chemistry chapter. Okay, so all these are a very important concepts very very important concepts for the KCET. ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದನ್ನಲ್ಲದೆ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇವೇನಿದಾವಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗುಡ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ KCET ನೌ ಆನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, so you please give first priority to these concepts. In addition to these, you please thorough with 8 chapters. Okay, so in the next video I am going to upload the chapter wise quick revision part 2, that is the second year chapter wise important concepts. Okay, thank you.